Hello friends, this is Vanessa Maddox. I'm coming to you today from my home in Conroe, Texas, formerly Nashville, Tennessee, but I'm now a full Texas resident. And I'm coming to you today to talk to you about something that's been near and dear to my heart since 2011, and that is gospel music missions in the country of Japan. Since 2011, I have been going regularly to Japan, sharing the gospel of Jesus and doing that through gospel music. It's an extremely effective tool for sharing the gospel in the country of Japan. There are less than 0.5% of the Japanese population that are Christian, but somehow God has used this very fun and appealing genre of music that we call gospel music to be a draw to the Japanese people. They absolutely loved it when the movie Sister Act came out in 1992, I believe it was, 91, 92. And since that time, the Japanese people have been coming together, forming gospel choirs, often wearing choir robes, and really doing a karaoke version, or karaoke as they say, version of gospel music, singing these American gospel music songs, and doing so with energy and vibrancy, and just really enjoying the music, but not necessarily knowing what they're singing about. And I get to go to Japan and explain to them why they love this music so much, what this music is about, what they're singing about, and how that when we lift up the name of Jesus, when we sing praises to God, He says those praises draw Him to us. And so that feeling that we're getting, that feeling that brings such hope and such comfort and joy and peace, that's the feeling of the presence of God. And I have the honor of going to Japan and sharing that with the Japanese people. Now, there are many Christians in Japan who have become Christians through the ministry of gospel choirs. So it is absolutely an effective ministry. I am just so honored that the Lord has opened up a door for me to go and do this for so long. I was just counting on my fingers today. I was like 2011, okay, to 2024. Yeah, this really is the 14th year that I have been going. Japan was shut down in 2020, just like the rest of the world, but it took them a couple of years before Japan reopened. Since reopening, the economy in Japan has not recovered. They've been flooded with tourism, which in some ways is a blessing, but unfortunately, the Japanese yen has taken a strong hit. Now, when it comes to me going to Japan, it means the American dollar absolutely goes further. That's a wonderful thing. But it means a lot of the things that the Japanese people on their end, just because of their cultural norms and the things that they want to do in hosting someone from another country like me, and there's another guest that's coming this year, their ability has been impacted because of the value of the yen right now. So I'm coming to you today. I always come to my friends who love to support missions and missions around the world, who believe in this ministry and mission that I've taken up since 2011 and have continued still. I'm coming to you, of course, for financial help for this mission, but I'm actually setting a bigger goal than I typically do for a mission that's just simply about me going. That usually is a less amount of money. But I've set a goal to raise $10,000, and that $10,000 is going to go towards paying for my mission. I'll be there just shy of 3 weeks on this particular mission. But we also, as a ministry, as Vanessa Maddox Ministries, we support 3 different ministries there in Japan. And then, as I mentioned, the Japanese people that host me, they typically give some type of love offering, or they cover certain expenses while I'm there. So I'm not actually raising the funds to pay for an entire trip typically. However, for this trip, I have communicated to those that are sponsoring me, those that are bringing me in, that I will pay for absolutely everything. I do not want this mission to be a burden in any way to my Japanese hosts. And on top of that, would like to be able to sow into the ministries that are there in Japan doing the work daily, because right now it is getting more and more difficult financially. So the $10,000 goal will cover my cost for doing the mission. Many of you know that in Japan there's something called omeyage, which is a gift-giving culture. It's something that the Japanese people do as an exchange. Even if a person were going to leave home for a business trip and be gone for a day or two, they would pick up an omeyage gift from wherever they were and bring it back for their wife or their children. And this is something that now, since I have been going to Japan for many years, I have lots and lots of friends in Japan, and it is customary to bring a gift from where you have been when you show up in the country. And if you were going and you were going to be going to Japan for the first time, you wouldn't need to do this. But this is not my first time. It's not even my 10th time to Japan. So when I go, I need to bring these omeyage gifts to the people that are hosting me there, to my translators, to the people at the churches, the pastors, and it just goes on and on. So I need to be prepared with that, and there's a cost that's involved in that. I'm very thoughtful about the things that I choose to take as omeyage gifts. But essentially all of that is keeping up with the cultural norm. And so that goes into this $10,000 as well. But really a large part of that $10,000 is also going to go to the ongoing monthly support that as a ministry we send to missionaries and those doing ministry that are in Japan. And because I have not been able to go regularly since 2020, I've only been once, but since I've not been able to go regularly, I haven't had these opportunities to raise funds for the ongoing missionary support. And so I had a nice little coffer of that money, and we have been able to keep up and support these ministries thus far. But the missionary fund is in need of donations today. So I'm raising funds for both. It's all going in the bucket together, raising funds for this mission this summer and raising funds for the ongoing monthly missionary support, as well as being able to pay for things on this mission that typically the Japanese people pay for. And y'all, I would just love to be able to give an offering each one of these places that I go and these ministries that I'm working with. If I could just give back into their ministries, I would love it, because right now it's about 75% where the yen is landing. It's at for every dollar you get 1.55 yen right now, and it's fluctuating even up to 1.60. So makes it quite difficult for the Japanese people. It means that our money goes further. So I am coming to you to help support this great gospel mission. I'm looking forward to sharing the gospel in Japan. I'm going to be sharing some new fun songs, and I've just been quite excited. So yes, I will take my last law school final for the summer on a Thursday night and get on a plane headed to Japan on a Friday morning. So I'll be there the end of July through the first part of August in the Tokyo region, and then again in the Kansai region, which covers Osaka and Kyoto. And I'm looking forward to seeing friends there. I sure appreciate your support of Vanessa Maddox Ministries through the years and your support for gospel music missions in Japan. Thank you.